Hi guys, welcome to MLTP Live, your go-to source for Major League Tag Pro. We're here to bring you...
All right, can you wait 2 seconds? Can you wait 2 seconds? I'm going to go get a glass of water.
No problem. I bet you, because you changed your password, potentially. Do we want to try to breeze through the pregame a little bit quicker so that we're not too delayed? Liquid? Okay. I want to run that past him. Hey, Liquid. Welcome to MLTP Live, your go-to source for Major League Tag Pro. We're here to bring you an entertaining and high-quality stream every Sunday night. I'm Ron Sponson here for your play-by-play commentary.
And I'm Liquid, and tonight we are bringing you the highly anticipated matchup of Tears versus Merballs. Now first, let's take a quick look at the numbers.
Yeah, we've got Tears or Spheres coming in third in their conference with a 6 cap differential. They're coming in with a season record of 4-2-2. The last 4 games have been 2 wins and 2 losses. Looking on the other side of the field here, we've got the Merballs. They're first in their conference, playing pretty dominantly with a 37 cap differential, and their season record is 6 wins, a loss, and a tie. And they're coming in pretty hot with their last 4 games, all being wins.
Now, looking at the rosters here, it seems like Tears might be seeing a bit of a change on offense with Fatal partnering Owen.
Yeah, so we've got Fatal is last week he got a 7 OGASP, ended up getting 3 caps. If you look at this whole season, though, he's been playing much better. 9.3 OGASP, putting him 4th in caps, giving him 24 total caps. He's going to be partnered with Owen, who had an 8.4 OGASP last week in minor league. It will be his first time playing in major leagues. Ended up getting an 8.4 overall season OGASP.
Now let's take a quick look at Owen. You were talking about how this is his first week in majors, and it's pretty impressive. This guy was a pretty average Novice League B team player back in season 4. Took his in tryouts, he absolutely impressed Troball enough to gain himself a minor starting spot. And you look at this guy, he's been putting up some pretty decent stats in minors, and he's going to get the call up for majors this week just because Mathnasium's unavailable. He's out of town, probably doing something for Valentine's Day, unlike the rest of us watching this stream. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he can perform alongside a guy like Fatal. Now, we all know how good Fatal is. He's got insane skill. The guy's extremely smart, but he's typically not very talkative, and that's where Owen comes in. This guy is huge on communication. I've talked to Troball, and he's telling me that Owen is probably one of the most talkative guys on the team. And Owen himself is quite the natural in terms of mechanical skill, very, very good. And he's still learning the tier system, but I can imagine playing alongside a guy like Fatal is definitely going to help. Now, speaking of good systems, you've got Anna Kendrick, who's formerly known as Grant, and Dude McGuy on defense. And if you look at Anna Kendrick, or rather Grant, last week he had kind of a 0.4 DGASP, but he did have 51 tags. Meanwhile, in the full season, the guy's been performing at an absolutely top level with a 9.6 DGASP, and he's 5th in tags in the league. Now, you got Dude McGuy playing a bit more of a support role. Last week, he had a 6 DGASP and 46 tags, so pretty similar stats. And he has been splitting time a bit with Poison Majors. So the guy doesn't actually register in the top 20 stats for the full season, but he's been playing a very, very good role in the support role for Grant. I mean, it's kind of his specialty. Dude is a very, very smart guy. He plays mistake-free tag pro, and the guy's got insane awareness. And that partners really well with a guy like Grant, who's got huge skill and also very good anticipation, but needs a guy like Dude to be able to support him and help him on those contains. And we all know Grant. I mean, the guy works great under pressure, so a match like this is what he's going to relish. Now, he is, and Dude and Grant are coming up against the hottest offense in the West, and in the league perhaps, in Dino and Mr. Hat.
Yes, they are. Dino last week, not a very standout week with a 6.1 GASP, only 2 caps. But if you look at him overall season, he's been playing very dominantly, 9.5 overall throughout the season for his OGASP, 6 in caps with 22. He's partnered with Mr. Hat, who has been just dominant. He has the 10 OGASP last week with 10 caps, and if you look at his performance in the entire season, he also has the 10 OGASP with first in caps, 31 total caps. Very productive offense there.
And Mr. Hat, another guy who absolutely came out of nowhere and impressed Legman and Dino enough to get himself drafted. And unlike Owen, however, he has been playing every single minute of majors so far, and with good reason. As you said, he's first in caps in the league with 31 caps. That's amazing stats after only 4 weeks. The guy has crazy mechanical skill, and he also plays a much more risky style than Dino, so it's a good contrast. Because you got a guy like Dino, we all know how good Dino is, possibly one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player to ever play in MLTP. And the guy has outstanding awareness and obviously loads of skill, but he plays a much more patient game, very slow game. He pulls the defenders out of position I want to get to, and that allows Mr. Hat to go for the quick, risky play whenever Dino does get tagged. And so it's a good contrast that they have, and it's been working out really, really well for them. And speaking of working out well, you look at the duo of Legman and RB Bear, they've been doing quite well as well.
Oh, absolutely. Legman consistently playing well. He had a 9.6 DGASP last week with 74 tags and 5 caps. Look at his overall season performance. He's got 9.9 DGASP, second in prevent. Now he's also partnered with RB Bear, who is first in prevent throughout the whole season, 9.3 overall DGASP. Last week, 7.0 with 44 tags.
And Legman and RB Bear, as you said, they are number 1 and 2 in prevent in the entire league. That just goes to show how dominant they have been on the defensive side of the ball. Now, the two of them, it's kind of counterintuitive because you would expect them to play more of a tagging style, given that Legman is a former offensive player and RB Bear is used to playing the more tagging role in a defensive partnership. But this season, it seems like RB Bear has been able to adapt to play more of a support role for Legman, and Legman's been killing it on defense, just like Slide in the Eastern Conference. Legman has shown that he can play defense just as well as he can play offense, and when needed, Legman can definitely jump in. I mean, he scored 5 caps last week, and he's playing defense for crying out loud. So definitely a defensive partnership that will give Fatal and Owen a run for their money. Now let's look at how these teams have been playing so far. They're different play styles, and what's interesting to note is very similar to the last week's matchup, both teams have almost completely opposite playstyles in terms of their positioning. You look at Tiers, clearly very set in their positions. Each player knows it's their role on the team. They play it to perfection. They're well drilled to play a very disciplined system. Now you look at, on the other hand, Merballs, they're much more fluid in their positioning. You've got Dino, who's very good on offense, but also has won 2 Super Balls on defense. So this guy knows how to play both positions extremely well, and he can be called upon to play defense whenever needed. And on the other hand, you got Legman, who is arguably the best offensive player in MLTP in the last 3 seasons. And so whenever he's tasked to go on offense, he's up to the task. And if anything, he's one of the best offensive players on their team. And so to have that kind of flexibility, tactical flexibility on the team means that they never get pulled out of position. They're never pulled out of shape because they can adapt that well. And that allows for a lot of skillful play as well. As I was saying, on the other hand, you got Tiers playing a very disciplined, low-risk style of play. They don't try anything too reckless. On the other hand, you got the Merballs, who've got guys like Legman, Dino, Mr. Hat, even RB Bear, trying some crazy stuff and actually pulling it off really consistently because they're just so good. And one last thing that I'm noticing is that the Merballs, their power-up control is outstanding. 3 of their 4 starters are in the top 20 in the league, and that's been giving them the highest putt percentage in the West. So that's definitely been helping them out in terms of getting those clutch plays in. Now let's take a quick look at the maps for this week.
Yeah, so the first map that we'll be playing on this evening will be Transilio. It's the second season we've seen that in MLTP. It's a very balanced style map. And if we look at the results from last week, the Tiers lost on the map and Merballs won on the map.
And now Transilio we saw last week, it depends on which teams play and how it's played, but it tends to be played more slower paced and very teamwork oriented. It's hard to pull off some crazy solo moves on here simply just because there's not that much room. So you have to have a good team around you to be able to cap. And in terms of defense, it's very contain heavy. There are some snipes involved, but to keep the flag in base, you rely a lot on the contain. Now there is the team boost as a contingency plan, but you're going to see these teams play 2 on the flag for the most part, simply because if they play it right and defuse the bombs at the right time, then it's going to be very hard for the offense to get out. Now on the other hand, we've got Smirk, another defensive map.
That's correct. It's another defensive map, and it's the 5th season we've seen it in Major League Tag Pro.
Now, Smirk, another slow-paced map, kind of like Transilio. In fact, two maps are very similar from a tactical point of view. Both of them require a lot of teamwork to get the returns and to get the caps. And both of them rely heavily on contain in base, but also snipes once you get out of base with the team boost, allowing the defenders to camp that if needed. And so clearly the setups in base are very different, and each map has a lot of boosts. But the fact that each, like Transilio and Smirk, both have a defensive team boost in base and a pretty tight, narrow escape to base is going to make both of them play a lot more defensively than most maps we'll see this season. So I'm going to love seeing this, because this is basically the best test for offenses. Playing on defensive maps, this is where the best offense will prevail. And with guys like Fatal and Dino on the field, it's going to be extremely entertaining to see who will come out on top.
Absolutely.
Now, Ron, do you know if the teams are ready?
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to go and lined up, so we should be starting very soon. Right before the game gets kicked off here, I want to make a quick announcement to you all, is that we'll be having the Jump Up Halftime Challenge once again in between Game 1 and Game 2. And if you guys want to participate, now is your time to sign up. There's just two quick steps. Step 1, you have to hit that follow button. If you are a follower, you are eligible. And then step 2, type _jump in chat in order to become eligible for our giveaway. Pithy will be handling all the selections there. It'll be random selection, and good luck. Hope you guys get a chance to play in that Jump Up Halftime Challenge.
Now, so far the record in the Jump Up Halftime Challenge belongs to Lair the Bear. To be fair, we've only been 2 weeks in, but Lair has been dominating in that little mini game. So if you guys can beat his record of 312, you will feature at the very top of our Jump Up leaderboard. Now, it looks like we're kicking off the game here. Both teams going to set up in base.
Yep, just a few seconds away from starting on the first match of the evening here tonight on MLTP Live.
3, 2, 1.
So it'll be interesting to see what the opening strategies are. It looks like both teams opt to immediately defuse the bombs rather than delay the defusal. I guess that eliminates any risk, but Dino gets a quick grab immediately right off the bat.
Yeah, and that's just a nice handoff. Mr. Hat's going to be able to get out past 2, going to boost in off the corner, and he's unfortunately not able to get there in time to be able to have a decent chance at capping, and nice offensive D here for him.
But it looks like Mr. Hat might have the blocks here. Legman and RB
Oh
are
my
blocking,
goodness.
and that's going to be the first cap of the game for Mr. Hat, opening the score for the Merballs. The score is 1-0.
Really nice to see that aggressive play right after the start. With these delayed power-ups, we're typically not seeing scores in the first minute, so really nice aggressive beginning here for the Merballs. Nice to see that.
And by the way, I'd like to mention that it isn't in fact Owen who's playing, it is Mahatma who's playing on offense alongside Fatal for Tears. So interesting decision by Troball, a last minute change in place of Mathnasium.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, we've got another round of power-ups here. RB Bear is going to be able to secure the button. That's going to be a second cap, and now the Merballs are taking a nice 2-cap lead here thanks to that power-up by RB Bear.
And what we saw here is a classic prioritizing mistake by Tears. All the players are focusing on getting the power-ups, and the guy going for middle power-up ended up getting spiked, and that allowed Dino to get a grab off, and usually he'd only be past 2, but due to the death, he's past 3, and that gave him an easy entrance to base with RB Bear securing the cap with the tag pro.
And it looks like we're getting a little bit of lag on the screen here. We're aware of it. We're going to be seeing what we can do with that, but we're going to keep going with the commentary here, and hopefully we get this fixed for you guys pretty quickly. Fatal grabbing the flag, coming out of base. Looks like Legman and RB Bear pushing back, and Fatal up. Mahatma's out past 2, hitting the boost. They got some blocks. They're pushing it in. Can they equalize it here? Almost, but not quite. Got the return. Mahatma coming in. Couldn't quite get it. Going to use the boost. Double boost off the wall. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Legman's going to finally be able to get out and give them a little bit of breathing room here.
This is an action-packed beginning to the game. Both teams have been very aggressive on offense, and Legman, what a bomb. Both teams tend to be playing a bit, a bit more conservative now, trying to just keep things under control, get the regrab established, and prevent the other team from getting one of those quick caps.
Yeah, now we're seeing Fatal getting crushed in by Legman as he's going to pick up this tag pro. Anna Kendrick grabbing the flag, trying to push out of base and getting right past Dino. Nice one-on-one moves by Anna Kendrick, but RB Bear out of base with that rolling bomb. Going to have a nice lead. A good button there by Fatal, actually resetting that tag pro back in base, although that could be deadly here. Rolling bomb diffuses using that tag pro. Very good chance for a cap here, and there it is. It comes in perfect timing to be able to get a 2-cap lead here for the Merballs. Maybe a 3-cap lead if he can pull it off.
I gotta say though, the positioning by RB Bear on that cap was flawless. He knew that Mahat was going to use that bomb, so he positioned himself such that he wouldn't get sniped if the bomb was hit. And just a second here, it looks like Mr. Hat dodges the snipe, and he might have the blocks here. He's going to come in.
Going to try to use these boosts, but really great job by Tears getting ahead, cutting off any route that he had to be able to come in for a cap, although now he's going to use a combination boost. Trying to walk in, just still does not see what he wants. There's power-ups coming up, so if he can delay just for a little bit, he's going to try to sneak and pick up the middle power-up, unable to do it. But Legman with that tag pro should be able to clear a cap, but Mahatma getting on the button, preventing the cap. Dino coming in with the rolling bomb. It's still not safe here for the Tears, as Dino has that rolling bomb in base. Fatal just being very patient, using these portals, trying to thread the needle, unable to do it. Dino coming in. Whoa, look at that juke by Dino. He's going to get another cap. Brilliant move there.
The split is real. Dino getting the clutch split, coming in for the 4th cap of the game for Merballs. And this could be a 5th right here if Mr. Hat plays his cards right. He's going to be patient. Smart play by Mr. Hat.
And there's the return, and Anna Kendrick's going to be able to get a nice handoff, get out of base. Dude McGuy getting a return. And now Tears looking to try to get on the scoreboard, or at least even the lead a little bit. But Dino grabbing the flag. Nice positioning. Anna Kendrick with a really great spawn.
He was the one talking about spawn strats the other day. The guy definitely knows how to spawn properly right there. And Legman trying for the handoff. RB Bear reading it, but gets returned by Dude. And it looks like both teams are going to get a reset here. Hopefully things calm down a bit, because things tend to be getting out of hand right now. Legman with his 3rd tag pro of the game.
Yeah, and Mahatma going to get sniped by Legman. Dude McGuy coming out with a rolling bomb and going to push RB Bear back. And he's pushing forwards into the base and gets returned.
Wow. Fatal's going to come out. There's 3 on OD. I don't know. It might be smart for Dino to try to attempt playing anti-regrab at this point, because they definitely need to prevent this regrab chain from happening if they want to try to get control back on this game.
And Anna Kendrick coming in with some smooth moves, going to cut back down and got some blocks, but unable to get out. And that's going to be a reset. RB Bear going to grab the flag. And nice support offense here from Mr. Hat.
RB Bear with the jukes. Kind of surprising from a defender like him, but he definitely has the jukes. And Mr. Hat splits. Is he going to come in? He comes in.
Yes, he does.
What a cap.
It's a 5th cap, and Merballs have just been dominant this first half here, coming ahead with the lead from the beginning and keeping it, coming with a nice 4-cap lead now.
And that was his 2nd cap of the half so far. Mr. Hat, that's what I'm talking about when I say he loves risk. That kind of cap is just confidence displayed right there. He knows that his defenders are going to get those blocks, or at least he trusts that they will. And he just comes in, and he gets that pixel juke and the pixel cap.
And it looks like we're back. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. Having a bit of issues with Twitch here, cutting out on us, but it looks like we have come back. And Legman coming back with the flag into base. Got 2 blockers. Going to be very patient here, coming around the corner and just trusting those blocks to get a 6th cap for the Merballs.
Every player on the Merballs has gotten on the board so far. Merballs are absolutely running away with this game. Tears have to stop this from exceeding the cap. I mean, they've got to quell the bleeding somehow, either by playing anti-regrab or by just stopping the flacids in base, but they've got to change something up. Even in terms of power-ups, Merballs have been dominating 12-8.
And yeah, those power-ups have really been helpful. Those tag pros leading for some caps. Very interesting showdown there in the middle, as neither player was willing to push forward, but Anna Kendrick finally boosts again, getting a really good snipe.
Now, I know the stream cut out for a while, but for those who missed it, every power-up in base for the Merballs so far has been a tag pro. Every round. Someone's been paying off lucky right there.
It seems like it. I know it's Valentine's Day, but that's a little bit too lucky.
And Mr. Hat going off for the grab. He's going to try to set off the handoff, but he gets the corner juke. Now he's past 1. He's going to have to double back, though. And he's going to try for the cheeky cheeky little... Oh my god!
Oh, he pulls it off. Look at this, Mr. Hat. Just juking him left to right, juking him silly, coming into base, but Fatal with a nice offensive D to get the return.
Dino will have to be patient, waiting for regrab. He knows it's coming, and he manages to grab the Juke Juice in base. Mr. Hat grabbing the Rolling Bomb, and Legman gets the Juke Juice in the other base. Merballs have swept the power-ups again. Tears just completely out of sorts here. They are not getting power-ups, not getting the resets, and something's got to give.
Yeah, and we had a nice snipe by Dude McGuy there, though. And look at this again. Mr. Hat coming in. He had a rolling bomb. Didn't even need it. Gonna get a 7th cap here for Merballs. And they are just pulling away with this game here, likely due to these power-ups and just the really nice advantage, really nice momentum that they've been able to keep up the entire game.
And that was some good blocking by the defenders there. But kind of a late bomb by Tears. I mean, I was expecting them to hit it a bit earlier, either to try to get a grab or to try to get a snipe, but they waited just a bit too long, and that allowed Mr. Hat to just waltz right in there and get an easy cap. With a minute left, you gotta hope, if you're Tears, try to get a cap back, try to get momentum on your side, and Fatal gets past 3. This could be right it. They just need to turn on Dino, and it's not gonna happen. Dino manages to get out. Clutch survival by Dino.
Yeah, that was really good job by Dino, preventing what looked like was very close to being a cap. It looks like Mahatma grabbing the flag, getting out of base. Army Bear with a really nice snipe, and now it's dangerous again as it was returned for cap for a split second. Dino probably going to have trouble capping this one. Going to try to be cheeky with that wall juke. Not going to happen. Anna Kendrick one-on-one with Mr. Hat. Can Anna Kendrick get the return? Trying to line up the boost. Yes, Anna Kendrick boosting backwards into base. Maybe even a reset here unless Dino can get out.
And Fatal, meanwhile, manages to get out of base for Tears, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a stalemate with 10 seconds left. Mr. Hat, all he needs to do is stay alive, and he will. Well, maybe I spoke too soon, but no. No cap for the end, and the first half ends 7-1 in favor of the Merballs. Each team on the Merballs getting at least 1 cap. I don't know what to say other than that was complete and utter dominance. 18-9 in terms of power-ups for the Merballs. Were there any game changers in this game for you, Ron, or was it a team effort?
It was definitely a team effort. If I had to pick one, I would say Mr. Hat was pulling some filthy jukes, and he was actually able to get the most caps, and largely due to these jukes that he was pulling throughout the game.
Gotta give credit to the defenders for the blocks on some of those caps. He had filthy jukes, but he couldn't go get those caps alone. So great play by all of them there.
Yeah. Speaking of plays, have you seen any plays that stuck out to you that half?
I mean, there are 4 or 5 plays that I think could make it into a highlight reel there, but I'm going to single out Merballs' discipline. We were talking before the game about how Merballs are currently in first place in the West in terms of power-up control, and we just saw why. I mean, they just doubled up Tears in terms of power-up. Tears, who are typically known as a very disciplined team, just got completely steamrolled in terms of power-ups, so I think that was the real game changer for them. Managing to get 6 tag pros in base right off the bat, that definitely helps when it comes to keeping your flag in base and getting those blocks for the caps. So if they can keep grabbing those power-ups in timely fashion and also keep getting a bit lucky with which power-ups they do get, then I can see them extending this lead by even more.
Absolutely.
Second half.
Yeah, very, very good. And speaking of grabbing power-ups, if you guys want your own chance at coming on MLTP Live and grabbing some power-ups, we're going to be having the Jump Up Halftime Challenge coming up at the end of this game. And if you want to get into that, the signups are closing very soon. So this is your final chance. Make sure you hit the follow button and type !jump in chat for your chance to win. Pithy will be choosing the winners shortly. So look out for some PMs on Twitch here too into the next game to see if you've won. We only have, I think, about 16 entrants right now. So you have pretty good odds if you sign up.
Yeah, and this could be a pretty good opportunity for you guys to get some exposure live on stream. Now, Ron, just back to the game for a second. If you're Tears, you got to think something's got to give. Do you want to change up the lineup, see if someone else in the place of Mahatma would fit? Or do you want to keep with those 4 right now?
I'm thinking keep with the 4. A lot of times if you're switching in the middle of the half, it can be a little bit disruptive. Maybe they need disruption here, but maybe they'll switch into the game too. But I'd like to see them keep the same lineup for the half to, and just try to, can they get a more of a focus on pups? Same with Merballs. Now they're coming in with a really nice lead. Do they need to change anything up, in your opinion?
Well, I can't see anyone wanting to change things up other than maybe giving other players playtime, but Merballs know what they're dealing with, and they know that Tears is no stranger to comebacks. I mean, Fatal said it himself. He hasn't lost a game by more than 2 caps in over 40 games going into last week. So if there's any team that can come back against the Merballs, it's definitely Tears.
And the game has started now, and look for the Tears to try to get the flag out of base first. That would be very important. A nice job keeping the flag in base defensively, actually.
I think a big problem with Tears last half was that they were not able to contain Mr. Hat and Dino on defense. They kept letting them out of base, and so it looks like right now they're playing a bit more disciplined, and with Dude and Grant staying back, lining up those bombs like right there, Dude positioning himself properly. Looks like someone talked to them at halftime and got them to get their act together, and it seems like it's working.
And it is, and these defenses are both working throughout the entire first minute. The flag has not gotten out of base. As I'm saying that, Dino's going to have a chance to get out of base, but Anna Kendrick and Dude McGuy playing very well together. Look for this first round of power-ups to really change things up. And they're all 3 rolling bombs. 2 out of the 3 have been defused. There's the third, so those power-ups not really giving us anything we wanted to see here. But Dino going to use this bomb. Legman closing in for the return. Mr. Hat trying to get the handoff, using his speed to sneak right past Anna. And Dude McGuy coming into the gate. And Anna Kendrick trying to get the snipe from behind. Very well played by Fatal to get the return.
That stutter step by Mr. Hat, that's why he's got 31 caps. I mean, 34 at this point this season. The guy has just an amazing read on the defenders and what they expect him to do, and he's able to do the exact opposite. Now, just to go back to that play right there, Grant, I believe, tried to... Oh, Dino gets out. Getting contained, though. But yeah, Grant tried to get out and get that snipe into the gate. If I were him, I would just try to snipe the button. I mean, that's a pretty easy tag right there, rather than trying the risky angle. And Dino, unlucky boost right there, gonna send Mr. Hat back to base and a reset for both teams.
Yeah, and really good defensive performances so far. Anna Kendrick trying to get out with this boost, narrowly misses the boost, and that's going to slow him down a bit, and he's going to get returned. Mahatma taking the flag out, still doesn't have that boost lane, but going to be a little patient here. Whoa, look at that noob spike off of the snipe from the bomb. Very interesting. Fatal going to cut back up. We got another noob spike coming around, and can he get it? We got the blocks, going to use the boost. Nice job by Fatal, being very confident with these boost routes, and getting the first cap here for the Tears.
And Mr. Hat reading the handoff by Dino, but he's going to get contained by Dude. And oh my god, Mr. Hat. Holy crap, Dude getting completely ragdolled right there. He's going to try to force it in, knowing that Dino has the regrab, and Dino's just going to be patient here, going to wait for Mr. Hat.
Yeah, looking to come in, and look at this. Legman going to get some blocks, and Fatal getting a nice return. Mahatma trying to boost and get creative with the return, and he's staying in lockstep with Mr. Hat, and nice job by Mahatma there.
If anything, Mahatma has been the best at reading Mr. Hat so far, who's been completely elusive when it comes to juking the Tears defense. Mr. Hat with an interesting bomb there. Not quite sure what he was attempting, but it looks like Dino gets the flag with a juke juice. Let's see what he can do here.
Fatal with a really nice Tech Pro escort. It is return for cap. Anna getting the return. Oh no! That looked unfortunate. That seemed like, was that lag or something, but right into the spike when there's past 3. It's tough to see that. Now Dino grabbing the flag, and Mahatma, Fatal, trying for some contain. Mr. Hat trying to get a nice boost block support. Oh, but splitting between the two of them. One of the very few times when a split is actually undesired.
Yes, I mean, we're seeing a lot of offensive highlights right here. Credit to the defenses; they're doing what they can, but against guys like Dino and Fatal, it's never an easy task. And I mean, I mentioned Dino, but I should also mention Mr. Hat. We have already 5 or 6 times this half, but the 2 of them have been absolutely killer for the Merballs. And it looks like Tears might have another shot at a cap here. They have 2 tag pros, one on defense, one on offense. That's pretty much the optimal situation here. And a good tag pro kiss, delaying the tag pro lead a little bit here.
Mr. Hat being aggressive, closing in, getting the return, and that's exactly what he needed to do against those 2 tag pros, which finally both run out.
Yep, he realized that if he didn't get aggressive, then he was going to get blocked out, so he had to take a risk, and it paid off right there.
Mr. Hat grabbing the flag, going to come up and try to use this bomb. And Mahatma Dumagai trying to close both of the choke points. And Fatal is out past 3. Dino grabbing the flag. He's the only one. Dumagai being aggressive. And RB Bear getting the return. And we're already halfway through the second half. And we still have Merballs up by a bushel. 5 extra caps separating the two right now.
Yeah, it's going to take something special for Tears right now to come back. We can't rule out the comeback just yet, but if I'm Tears right now, I just want to treat it as a 0-0 game. Try to get as many caps on the board as you can at this point. Even if you don't win, you're going to be going into game 2 with good momentum.
And RB Bear is coming out. Can they get a cap here? Dino spawning with the tag pro. Mahatma getting blocked. Dino can't get anywhere in time. Oh, he can. Yes, he can. He's got 2. And Mahatma grabbing the flag. Look at that block by Dino. Can they get the cap? Yes, they can. Really great persistence there to get the cap. And now Mr. Hat is out, but Mahatma closing in to reset things.
And they forced it in right there, just through sheer brute force, with Dino holding the block as best he could. And RB Bear being smart, not trying to force anything. He knew there was a tag pro on base. He'd just wait for it to clear out the base and try to get a play in, and he did. This is his second cap of the game so far for a defender.
And Anna Kendrick using that snipe to get a nice reset. Can he get another snipe in a row? Not quite. Mr. Hat being very slippery here. Dino with some support offense waiting on the middle power up. He got it. Mr. Hat coming in, and he catches the offensive D off guard, out of position to get yet another cap here for the already dominant Merballs.
What happened there was actually slightly unfortunate for Fatal. Fatal was battling for the power up with Legman. Legman grabbed a rolling bomb, and that pushed Fatal away just in time for Mr. Hat to walk in unharmed. So slightly unlucky, but this is what's happening right now. I mean, we saw Mahatma spike himself. It seems like none of the bounces are going Tears' way today. Nothing's going right for them. And it's not from lack of trying. It's just sometimes it's not your game and you got to treat it as such and just go into game 2 and forget about it.
Dino going to grab the flag and cut back here. Not really any pressure that they're feeling to have to push too quickly, so being a little patient. And Mr. Hat going to boost out with the flag, bomb out with it, and get really good contain there. Dude McGuy and Anna Kendrick working well together when they can get a contain set up.
The players know that it's power up time. Dino's going to go fight the power up in base. It's a tag pro, and he doesn't get it. Dude, great grab on the tag pro. And that could secure a cap for them here if they can get the return.
Yep, there's the return. Mahatma come in and they got 2 tag pros, and look at this. The poos and the spikes being very helpful for this cap, and now they've evened the score for the half, but still behind by about, 6 points, 6 caps.
At this point, they'll be happy if they can win the half. I mean, sure, they lost half number 1, but you got to remember, these guys are treating it as a 2-half game, and if they can win half number 2, then that bodes well for half number 3 on Smirk.
Yeah, it does, and momentum is really important. If they can come in winning this half into the second game, that's going to really help them. And Mahatma coming in hot, and there it is. They've got the lead for the half at least, looking to try to get another one. Oh no, Dino using that portal really well, getting the button, and RB Bear just getting in the way a little bit. Otherwise, that was a really good chance for a cap.
What a play. But just to go back to Mahatma's second cap, great job by him to recognize the capping lane and take it. But you gotta highlight the Fatal's effort on support O right there, getting the double block on the defense and allowing Mahatma to get out unharmed. That right there is what I call teamwork.
Mr. Hat with the flag doubling back off the wall. Dude McGuy coming in with a combination off the bomb, but Fatal is going to get out of base. RB Bear lining up a snipe through the spikes.
Mr. Hat putting on a masterclass on juking. Holy crap. Guy's using corners like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, he's been very slippery all day today. Mahatma just sitting by this boost, bumping into Fatal. Dino looking to try to get fancy with a boost cap, but Anna Kendrick, nice angle, able to get out. Maybe past 3? Yes, but Legman applying the pressure, getting the return.
Some good awareness by Legman to manage to play that proper OD, but I got to give credit to Mahatma there. He decided to play the anti-regrab, knowing full well that if he did get that block, that could have been a cap, and it nearly worked out for them. Oh my god!
He got it! Legman! Oh, God! And look at this, 2 tag pros here. Can the Tears use it? It's a tie half, 3-3 for the half, coming out, and Fatal is coming in, looking for a chance at the cap. Anna Kendrick couldn't quite get the return. Dude McGuy is going to close in for it, and maybe even get a second one. Yes, he can. Look at this.
And if things stay as they are right now, it'll be a tie second half and a 6-cap win by the Merballs. So very, very dominant. Oh my god. Oh, nearly. The blocks are real. That's what I'm talking about. Dino can play defense just as well as he can play offense.
And look at this, maybe a chance for a cap boosting off the wall. Anna Kendrick getting the return, and that's going to be it. It's going to be a tie half, 3-3, and overall score of 10-4. Merballs with a very dominant lead.
And if you look at the hold times here, Merballs had nearly 5 minutes of hold compared to the 2 minutes 45 that Tears managed to rack up. So that right there, that's 2 extra minutes, 2.25 extra minutes that they had to try to make a play on offense, try to get a cap that the Tears didn't have. So that right there made a huge difference. But I mean, you got to give credit, kudos to Tears. They managed to win 15 of the 27 power-ups. So they definitely stepped up in that regards. And that actually led to 2 of their caps, where they had the double tag pros. So Ron, did anyone stand out to you?
I'm going to say in that one, probably Mahatma. He had some really nice returns, and then a couple caps as well.
Yeah, and he was the one who decided to go play anti-regrab. Now, you got to wonder, did he do that out of his own volition? Was it teammates that ordered him to do that? Either way, the fact that he did it and it nearly got a cap for them shows awareness that hardly anyone else attempted this game. Now, in terms of plays of the game, one thing I noticed is Legman and RB Bear have insane trust in each other. And you saw it when it didn't work, you saw it when it worked, but one play that I noticed was they were back in base, and it didn't lead to a cap, but RB Bear just trusted Legman to get the solo return, and he nearly did, and that allowed RB to go back and get the block that would have resulted in a cap had Legman gotten it. And that's what's made them so successful this season. They know that they can trust each other to get those returns, and that gives them an extra ball to go around and get the blocks for the offense. And so right there, that kind of teamwork is what gets you wins, and that's what got Merballs a win in their game 1.
Yes, it did. Thanks for the analysis there, Liquid. I think we're just about ready for our Jump Up Halftime Challenge. Congratulations to the winners. The lucky winners here have been Bally, Fractal, and Goober. Congratulations, guys. You're going to be competing on the MLTP Live exclusive Jump Up Halftime Challenge. I want to quickly go over the leaderboard to see what we've got for the numbers. I think who's leading right now? It's still Lair the Bear with 312, if I remember correctly.
Yep, Lair the Bear is in first place with 312, closely followed by Adarsh. So it'll be interesting to see if any of these 3 can beat the record. And my money is on Bali. The guy finished second place in our Mushroom Challenge last week. And so he clearly knows how to play these gravity maps properly. I believe he might also have some experience practicing this jump up map. So look out for him to try to get out to the early lead. Meanwhile, Fractal and Goober, Fractal is also a map maker, so I'm sure he has experience with the gravity style maps. It'll be fun to see. I think we're starting to see players who know what this map's like. They've seen 2 players do it before, and they know what to expect.
I've even heard rumors on the Twitch chat here that some of them were trying to practice it. I don't know if that'll help or not. I know that people were trying to do that with the Mushroom Challenge, and debatable as to how much that helps, but you know, anything, at least even watching how these shake down should be helpful.
3.
Anyway, let's get ready to jump, guys.
1.
And they're jumping here. Some nice super boost at the beginning.
Whoa! And it looks like players are recognizing the fact that super boosts are definitely the way to go in this game.
Yes, Fractal doing really well in the lead. Goober going through the bombs.
And Bali getting the spike at the very top, managing to bomb the opponent into the spike. I love seeing that.
And we're seeing a few spikes around the map, I think. Bali collecting quite a few.
Bali's managing to get the ones in the corner. Those are the hardest ones.
Mm-hmm. Got a nice little clump right there.
2.
But really close. But Fractal is going to be the winner here of the Jump Up Halftime Challenge.
It looks like none of us know how many Fractal got exactly. Because none of us are able to get the scoreboard up. But all we know is that Fractal managed to win that round. So fair play to Fractal on that. We're going to have to ask him how much he got in the chat, Twitch chat. Let's comment exclamation jump, see if we can get Fractal to speak, to leak the numbers. We need to add him to the leaderboard here.
Yeah, there's something weird going on for that scoreboard for us. We're not able to bring up the scoreboard and see the number of power-ups. If any of you guys that were playing were able to see the stats, please let us know in chat. We'll go off the honor system here.
If any of you guys have New Comp's phone number, let me give him a little call and give him a talking to here. You need that scoreboard. Anyway, going into game number 2, we're looking at both teams. It looks like they're both going to stick with their original 4. Do you think that's the right decision, Ron? Holy crap. Twitch chat is saying he got 343 power-up. That blows the previous record away.
Yeah, it does. Quite a bit. Congratulations to Fractal, going to take spot number 1 here at Jump Up Halftime Challenge. Once again, the leaders of this will be able to do something special in the Super Bowl. So really cool to see Fractal be able to dethrone our current leader with 343 confirmed power-ups. So
going into game 2 on Smirk, as I was saying, it looks like both teams are going to stick with their original 4. Do you think that's the right call here?
I think so. I mean, we could see maybe a bit of a switch up in the tiers just to see. But you know what? The way they played that second half, they're showing they're clearly here to compete. And I think it's not a mistake to leave the current lineup going into the second game.
And that's a very Trollball thing to do. He works with pairings a lot. It's very rare that he'll switch out one player from a pairing. He had to do it this week because Mathnasium was out of town, probably for something related to Valentine's Day. And so he was forced to put someone else alongside Fatal, but it's very rare that you'll see him switch players mid-game, just due to the fact that players tend to build chemistry together. And the insider info says that Dude Magai is going to be the one sitting on the button for on the Smirk for tiers. Meanwhile, I'm going to guess, if I had to guess, I'd say Legman would be the button guy on Merballs. We'll just have to find out.
Yes, we will. We all know how important those buttons are. Expect them to be extremely focused on here on Smirk. Looks like Mahatma and Fatal coming into base. And Mr. Hat and Dino might have a shot to get out. He's got a nice blocking by Mr. Hat, shoving him into the spikes, and still playing some support offense, pushing Dude Magai into the bottom, giving Dino plenty of time. He can be a little bit patient here for a few seconds, and he can, and that time is very crucial as it allows him a second to cap. Merballs once again establishing the early lead.
Well, and Mr. Hat has to, if I'm him, I'd take a lap here just because he's got no regrab, but it looks like he's going to go for it.
Yes, and there's a Flaccid there. Mr. Hat now is going to head back for a lap, and it's 2-on-2, and he's got plenty of time again. Let's see if he can line it up, and there's some blocks. Anna Kendrick with some nice pressure. Mahatma, who's again to mess things up, but Mr. Hat still looping around for the cap. That's going to be a second cap at the first minute for the Merballs to start off this game on Smirk.
Great job by Mr. Hat, but holy crap, that Merballs defense is absolutely killing it. Now, Dino has to stay alive here, though.
Yes, he does. Mahatma and base, Dude Magai with that tag pro, but Legman and Mr. Hat working well together, although it's not, they're not in the clear yet. Dude Magai with a nice snipe. Mahatma and Dude Magai need to get the return. They've gotten it, and now the Tears have gotten a cap, cutting the lead in half, and Fatal's out past 2, except for that snipe from behind to get the return and a reset.
Tries to juke the boost, didn't quite work out, but to get back to the second cap by Merballs, Legman and RB Bear had about 12 blocks to get to that cap. They managed to force 2 Flacids. They managed to prevent Mr. Hat from dying, which was amazing considering the circumstances. RB Bear with a clutch block allowing Mr. Hat to take an extra little loop around and cap, and credit to Mr. Hat for managing to read those blocks and stay alive, but that kind of team effort is something that we've been seeing from them ever since the game on Transilio, and I'm sure since the beginning of the season as well. It's just a masterclass in tag pro.
Yes, it is. And now we've got another round of power-ups coming up, and these could be crucial here for Tears looking to get another cap to tie things up. Mr. Hat with the rolling bomb. Dino just needs to delay a little bit and draw Anna Kendrick into the corner, but Anna Kendrick coming off and chooses to go to defuse the rolling re, and it may pay off for them, although no, it does not. Mr. Hat going to get out, and Dude Magai closing in to get the return. Finally getting that reset. Very nice job by Dude Magai.
Dude Magai Mr. Hat nearly hitting that boost. He had both of the enemies beat, but sadly he hit the corner and got pushed backwards. And so didn't allow him to get out.
Stutter step so that Dude Magai uses up that boost, and now he's past 3, and Legman trying to boost in. RB Bear blocking the team boost and coming into base. Dino's going to have to take a bit of a lap here.
And Fatal playing anti-regrab. I like seeing that Dino reads it and just stays back. He knows that if Grant comes out to chase, he's got 2v2 blocks, so Grant won't come out to chase. It forces Fatal to come off anti-re and allows him to try to go for a cap, knowing that Mr. Hat has the regrab.
Fatal going to do some support. Mahatma cutting around the corner. Dude Magai with support. The entire team helping out, helping Mahatma try to get out of base. He's still stuck on the left-hand side of the map, though. Mr. Hat with the rolling bomb against 2 tag pros.
Unlucky for Tears. Tag pros are 10 times more. Oh my god! Oh, that was some poor coordination by the Tears right there.
Especially with 2 tag pros.
Yeah. With tag pros, generally speaking, it gives you a huge advantage, especially when you got 2, but only if your flag's in base. Otherwise, you're stuck chasing, and your tag pro isn't any more useful than just a regular chaser. Now, one thing that shouldn't happen if you have 2 tag pros is getting beat on OD. And that's what happened right there. Not quite sure if it was a lack of communication or a lack of awareness, but Tears could have done better on that play.
It's a good reset here for the Tears, and another round of power-ups coming up. Let's see if they can... I mean, they won the power-ups last round, 2 tag pros, but couldn't use them very effectively. So look for them not only to try to win these power-ups, but to use them a little more effectively. One of the rolling bombs... One of the power-ups is a rolling bomb gets defused. Another rolling bomb goes to the Merballs, and looks like Mr. Hat may get a chance here. Anna Kendrick picking up that tag pro, but going to have to chase with it, essentially nullifying the effects of it, especially against that rolling bomb, as Mr. Hat's got a nice boost lane. Dino, really good communication. Looked like he was going to get in the way of Mr. Hat, and Mr. Hat just swooping around. There's that tag pro.
Oh my god.
And going to get returned. And Mr. Hat delaying the cap because of anti-re, or what's going on here?
I don't know.
It looked like strategic delaying. I don't know what the thought process was there, but that looked intentional.
Maybe it was to wind up Trobal, who's a notable opponent to the delaying cap strategy, but I'm not sure what benefits that yielded, other than, I mean, he even had a blocker right there. It seemed like that could have been a dangerous play. But back to the cap, credit to RB Bear. He got a tag on a FC that was protected by the tag pro, managed to get around, and that ended up forcing the tag pro into the grab, and an easy return there, and that led to an easy block. So RB Bear showing his class with that block right there, or that tag rather.
And now Mahatma is going to be able to get out. Fatal was going to potentially be able to lead, but he's going to smartly stick back for a regrab. Dude McGuy could have a snipe here with that Juke Juice. Anna Kendrick with some nice contain. And this is a good chance for the Tears to get a cap here. They're 2-on-2 with the blocks. Legman going to flash it, and that's going to be a cap. Nice job by Tears. They've back down to a 2-cap deficit.
And RB Bear getting waterboarded on that play, as Donuts42 would call it. Getting blocked out with an easy 2-man block. That's some good team play by Tears, and showing that they're not out of this just yet. 4-2.
And now Dino grabbing the flag, getting to the corner of the map, trying to use his momentum and velocity. Couldn't quite do it. Mr. Hat going to boost across, walk across now. Another round of power-ups. Look at almost every single player. 7 of the players going for power-ups. 6 of them, actually. Mr. Hat going to grab the flag and going to get returned. And now look for this fight for power-ups. The left power-up is a rolling bomb, which gets immediately diffused. And unfortunate spike there. Lost Mahatma to pick up an uncontested Juke Juice. Going to take that on offense.
It looks like Dude McGuy is going to pick up the last power-up. That's a sweep. Power-up sweep by Tears. So definitely stepping up their power-up game. Oh my god, Dino.
Dino, really nice. And let's see if he can come in, boosting across the top. Fatal and Legman clearly informed as to where Dino was coming in from, blocking up that top route. Mahatma just playing a very loose contain here. Dude McGuy trying for some anti. And Dino's just going to sit there and force the Tears to do something. I mean, they've got the lead here, so he doesn't need to force anything. And Anna Kendrick is really the only chaser.
He's going to go for the bomb. He's going for the bomb. He's got the double blocks. Oh,
there it is. Look at this. Dino somehow making something out of that, getting the cap. Brilliant job. You got to give credit to the defenders there.
The blocking was unreal, but that right there is what happens when you get baited off due to the anti-re strats. Dino knew that if he could bait Grant off, then he was stuck with 2v2 blocks, and that always is an advantage to the offensive player.
And look at Mr. Hat coming. Looked like he might have a chance to get that Juke Juice, but Legman coming in with a rolling bomb, going to defuse it in an attempt to get out of base. And look at this. Dino is containing Mahatma. Legman's past 3. Going to have to be quick with this one. Not going to quite happen. Anna Kendrick getting the nice return.
I don't think I've ever watched a game this enjoyable to commentate. This feels like Ghost Boosters of Season 5. The amount of coordination and skill on the Merballs is second to none. I have no words for this. This is amazing.
Yes, it's really a phenomenal play, and now we're seeing Fatal trying to get a nub step in, what do we call those? Nub step in, but...
Fatal's the master of those nub steps. In North America, it should be called a Fatal step. He tries it every opportunity he gets.
Look at
And
this.
Mahatma.
Mahatma picking up the juke juice and somehow staying alive throughout that entire ordeal. Legman with the flag getting pushed up, and Fatal trying to get the return, and finally Dude McGuy coming in to get the return on Lejman there.
And Mahatma knows that he can get a cap if he doesn't die, or not rather knows, but he knows that he has to stay alive if he wants that cap. He dies, and RB is going to try to backwards lead his FC to base.
It's working effectively here as Fatal
Sure
is
is.
put at bay, and there's the block one-on-one, and Dino just couldn't quite have a chance, and Anna Kendrick cleaning up. Very close to a cap
Saved
there.
the cap. With that boost right there, that was all in Mahatma. Great play. The jukes by both teams here are spectacular.
And Anna Kendrick, couldn't quite get past Mr. Hat on that bottom boost. Fatal with the flag, coming to the corner. Legman putting some nice pressure on, but Fatal's going to turn that around. He's got the team tiles to go up against here, though, and couldn't quite combat that. Now we've got just 45 seconds to go, and it looks like Mahatma is going to use that Tag Pro to pick up the middle power-up. Very nice chaining together those two power-ups. Going to take it back on defense. 30 seconds left. Dino grabbing the flag, going to get out of base, and Fatal as well with that Tag Pro escort, and boost right into a spike. Dino with a wall juke. Gonna go to the boost, and he gets right above Dude McGuy, cutting between the spike and the wall. 2-on-1 blocks. That's gonna be another cap. 6 caps for the Merballs. They're showing no sign of slowing down even into the second game. Mr. Head out past 2. 15 seconds to go. He's coming into base. There's 2 blockers. 2 people in base as well. Now 3. He's got only 7 seconds, and he's got to make something now if he's going to make it happen. Doesn't look like he's got an angle. Going to come back around. Time is going to expire on us, and a dominant performance yet again by the Merballs.
And the dual hat tricks. Mr. Hat and Dino killing it on offense. I don't know how much these guys practice, but the blocks are obviously there. These guys can read a block like nobody else I've ever seen. This kind of coordination it's a joy to watch. And I feel bad for Tears. I mean, they're not even playing poorly. By all regards, they'd be probably winning against any other team in the league with this kind of performance. But Merballs, it's just nobody can compete with them at this point. And we were talking about how Dino tends to have, statistically speaking, since the beginning of the season, he's been having a great week, average week, great week, average week. Well, he's definitely back in the swing because this is an absolute... nobody can even get close to him out there. It's crazy. Now, Ron, I know you like to do your MVP. Did you have a single MVP for that half?
I mean, I would have picked Dino. I like that you're talking about him. It's really brilliant to see what he's pulling in this game. It's consistently playing very well tonight.
Now, I know Fatal tends to be very self-critical, but he just hasn't been up to the task so far. He's got a couple of caps for them on Transilio, but he seems like he's trying to carry too much. He's trying the risky plays. He seems like he's putting the whole team on his back. I feel like this whole team just needs to go back to playing a more fundamentally sound game. And not trying anything risky. We saw Fatal get a couple flaccid because he was pulling the old WoW Such Pro tactic of grabbing and getting out, but it's not working against Legman and RB Bear, and he's not adapting. So I hope that Tears are able to learn their lesson in the second half and play maybe a more offensively sound game, not getting too reckless on offense, and playing the system that Troball's been drilling into them. Now, in terms of plays of the game, it's hard to pick one. I'd rather not pick a play of the game and rather pick maybe just the fact that the chemistry on Merballs is palpable. And this transpires in their game. I mean, you guys see it as viewers, it's amazing to watch. And we're seeing them close the bottom chokes, close the top chokes. The communication is clearly there. The patience is there. You got Mr. Hat willing to, even at the end there, he could have forced the cap, but instead he decided to wait and hope that trust his defense to make a move. And they couldn't make it that time, but they made it all the other times. And that's what's been making them so good. I mean, Tears has been doing that as well, but for some reason it's not working. You got guys like RB Bear tagging a guy with a Tag Pro escort. What can you do against that? Not much you can do. This is just too much individual skill on Merballs. It's unfair.
Unfair. I think we're going to have another spectacle on our hands here if they keep up playing at this level. It's truly... I heard someone in chat suspecting botting. I don't think that's actually happening, but man, I'm telling you, like the amount of individual skill here and then how they're translating that into teamwork, it's just hard to go up against that.
The fact that the comments, even if jokingly, are comparing these players to robots, just goes to show how good they've been playing. It's something else. And I mean, to be fair, we've been streaming the best team in the East the last couple of weeks, Space Gods, and they've been showing some great individual skills, some great teamwork, but it's, for some reason, it just seems like the way Merballs are playing tonight is calculated. It's calculated skill. It's calculated chemistry.
Yes, it's calculated. It's dynamic.
Machine.
Yeah, it's dynamic. It's exciting. You can actually see how it's intentional. That's another word that I would use to describe their play tonight. You can clearly see what they're doing, why they're doing it, except for a few arguable strategic delays. They're really functioning as a single unit and making extremely intelligent decisions tonight.
Obviously, K-Pow did something right teaching this team. I mean, we talk about well-oiled machines. When we talk about those, we think of teams like the Ghost Boosters in Season 5, 30 Seconds to Mars Ball in Season 6, arguably even the Capitalists in Season 7, although they did not win the Super Bowl. But Merballs, if they keep playing like this, they definitely deserve a spot in that conversation.
Nice bomb there, pushing, I think it was Mr. Hat back into the spike. It looked like if he got to that boost, he might have had a chance to get a cap starting off this second half, which is exactly the last thing that the that the tiers want to see.
And Legman getting the double solo return, getting squeezed between Fatal and Dude Magai, I think, actually, who's on offense. And Mr. Hat gets out past one. He's going to have to try to get past Dude Magai. Now Fatal and Mahatma have to stay back. No grabs here.
Yeah, he's got 3 in base, going to use his speed and just push it in. Not going to quite work, but he had to re-grab, and there's a Flaccid coming to the bottom of the map.
Dino trying some alternative strats, but Dude Magai has him covered, and he's going to have to double back. Some good play by Tiers and triple tag pros.
Yes,
Sure.
And I think being patient allowed Mr. Hat an open, like Dino's threat of having the flag allowed Mr. Hat to come in and grab that uncontested tag pro.
Poor play by Mr. Hat there. Dino was trying to get let in. Mr. Hat got baited away by one of the Tiers players. Great play by Tiers there, doing the bait and switch, pulling Mr. Hat away from the flag carrier, allowing the other OD player to come in and get that tag.
Looking to try to set up a handoff here, maybe. But Dino, nice support. Watch for the snipe here. No, they bump into each other. A little bit of miscommunication. Mr. Hat with the flag, going to line up the boost off the wall. And a Kendrick with a nice snipe. And Dude Magai hanging back to get the reset.
Grant doing what he does best, getting those tags. And Dude Magai being smart, playing the anti-regrab. But I'm not sure if it worked. I mean, it looks like Dino's past Dude.
Yeah, he was, but Anna Kendrick was there for some nice support. And again, it's that well-oiled machine, right? They're working together. I guess we're seeing that from the tiers a little bit as well. One of them misses, the other one steps in and helps out. And, both sides of the play have been demonstrating that clear cohesion as a team tonight.
Now you got Mahatma with a tag pro lead, but Legman gets between it again. This is what I'm talking about. It's crazy. I mean, Mahatma does what he can, but just wasn't quite close enough to Fatal. When you're leading with the tag pro, either Fatal has to grab earlier or Mahatma has to leave later. I mean, the fact that they were that far apart allowed Legman a little pocket to come and swoop in and get that tag. Now both teams are reset here.
And look at this, Fatal trying to get out, going to try to cut back. He was trying something really cheesy there, or cheeky there, but Legman was not going to bite and closes in. Things slowed down a little bit this half.
Fatal's tried to split them at least 5 or 6 times already, but I don't think he's pulled off a single one. Maybe on Transilio for sure, he got a couple great caps, but on Smirk, it seems like there's no toying with Lagman and RB Bear. Sure, they've had a couple miscues, but for the most part, they've been flawless.
Another round of power-ups here. Who can get this tag
pro?
Dino
fighting the tag pro away.
Yeah, he's got the Steam tiles really helped him to be able to pick up that tag pro, and he's going to stick back on offense, or stick on offense with that, and doesn't quite have a partner yet. Going to be patient to allow Mr. Hat a chance to come in and see if they can use that. But Anna Kendrick being very aggressive. And can Mr. Hat use this to get out? No, looking to, I don't know. They're going back and forth on whether or not they're going to hand off or support O, and unsuccessful in the end.
I liked it. In plays like that's where you see the implicit dynamics on each team. Team 1 tries for the handoff. Team 1 recognizes the handoff and plays anti-handoff. Team 2 recognizes the anti-handoff and plays juke. Then Team 2 recognizes the juke and plays anti-handoff. I mean, it's back and forth, and the fact that these two teams are full of such experienced players makes it that entertaining to watch. You can almost see it happen right in front of your eyes.
Absolutely. It's a very meta game. It's kind of like you've heard of reverse psychology, but then it's like you're playing reverse psychology against their reverse psychology. It turns into a very interesting meta game.
That's a game of what do they think I think they think I think.
Right. And then I think that, so I'm going to do something else because I think that is going to be the best way to handle it.
Anyway, enough shenanigans. You got Dude McGuy with a tag pro in base. He's going to try to lead Fatal out. Instead, he grabs. Interesting decision there. Gives the Fatal the one-on-one, and Dino's out. Pass 2. Mahatma getting the pixel tag.
Really nice snipe by RB Bear. Very crucial, but Mr. Hat is unable to get out of base, and there's another reset. Yet again, we're already about halfway into the second half here, and no one's capped.
And you can see who's playing on the flag. You've got Grant with 10 returns. You got Legman with 13. And the rest of the teams combined have 7. So definitely some good play by the defenders there.
And Kendrick closing things off. And again, the defense is playing very well, keeping that flag in base. Smirk, typically known as a more defensive map, so it's not that surprising to see it. But
sure.
Given the way that the first half went, I would say it's a bit surprising. It was a pretty dynamic first half, and now we're seeing the defenses showcase. Maybe they're just settling in a little bit here.
And to be fair, credit to Tears. This game is 0-0 in the second half, and they've had their quality chances to score. Ooh. But Dino's out with a great block by Mr. Hat, and if they get a return here, it's a cap. It's going to be 1-0 this half.
This is still doable. This is still doable, but it's becoming to the point where the amount of caps left is equivalent to the number of minutes. So it's getting to the point now or never here for the Tears. And Mahatma is going to try to do it. He's got a chance. He's coming in. Great 2-on-1 blocks, and now it's just a 3-cap late game with 4 minutes to go. And Dino going to get contained, get returned. Fatal is going to grab an interesting choice to grab there, all on his own with 2 or 3 in base, actually.
And among a sea of excellent plays, Mahatma stands out right there, baits the 2 defenders into spiking in the gate, and manages to get out of base. He communicates with the defenders who know he's coming. Wow, class play by Mahatma right there.
It's actually a 4-cap game. I think I miscounted that. I was I was doing a little bit of reverse psychology there, but 4 caps to go, under 4 minutes, and looks like Dude McGuy with that tag pro just slowing things down in base. But Mr. Hat is going to have none of it. Boosting in with the tag pro of his own. Dino securing the top button. Mr. Hat, does he have access to the boost in time? Didn't think he did, and now Dude McGuy's going to use it, hit the bomb. Fatal is having some trouble. He's got to stay alive. Yes, he has. It's returned for cap for a second, but Anna Kendrick getting on regrab.
Now, if I were the Merballs here, I wouldn't try anything crazy. Just run down the clock 3 minutes. But then again, that's when you know that I'm not on the Merballs. These guys are just pushing for cap after cap, and I don't blame them. I mean, they have the skill to pull it off, and these guys just love the taste of scoring, and I think that's what's been making them so good. They're just relentless in their attack.
Dino with a nice snipe, and Mr. Hat with the flag looking to try to line up something, maybe waiting for that middle power-up. Yes, he is. He's picking up a rolling bomb, and this is looking dangerous yet again for the Tears. Dude McGuy going to defuse the rolling bomb. Fatal with a nice move, staying alive. Mahatma with some support offense along Fatal to get out and buying them a little bit of time, but unfortunately right now, time is of the essence for the Tears.
And you look at Mr. Hat, they're just waiting on the boost. Legman's going to grab that rolling bomb, get defused though, but gets past, and now he's past 3. If this is a return, this is a cap.
Mahatma might try to kiss here. Nope, going to duck out of the side, allow his players to get ahead and get on regrab, and narrowly avoiding the snipe.
And
looking for a return for cap.
Looked like Dude McGuy was using Mr. Hat's fact that he was blocking to use that to his advantage and get out of base, but sadly he got sniped there, and didn't quite work out. With 2 minutes left, it looks like this game is at a deadlock in the second half. Scores are tied 1-1, but the Merballs do have the advantage on aggregate, and if things stay as they are and teams keep playing the way they are, I can see Merballs running away with the sweep this week.
Yeah, and a very decided sweep too. Legman getting the return. Mr. Hat going to use this tag pro to attempt to lead Dino out and going to get on that button, secure the button. Dino's going to boost in. Mahatma, the only one there to contend it, and Dino off the wall and almost had it, but Dude McGuy closing in for the easy return.
Dude McGuy with fantastic offensive defense there. That's what they want to ask from him. This guy, as I said before the game, he's not known to make many mistakes. The guy plays pretty flawless tag pro, and that's what he's known to do. I mean, come up clutch in the big games.
Mr. Hat heading backwards, going for a lap. Yeah, they don't really need to push it too much here. They just need to make sure the momentum stays in their direction. Going to go for a kiss. A very salient play, although Mahatma is going to have a chance to get out thanks to all the offensive D that was in base, switching over to support offense. 1 minute to go here.
And I'll be honest, as good as Mr. Hat's been so far this week, I felt like that was a bit of an immature play by him right there, trying to get not immature in a bad way, but immature in that he's showing that he's a rookie, trying to get the cap for himself while he has tag pro, where instead he could have kissed the OD and then spawned with the tag pro in base, leaving Dino with a free entrance to get a cap of his own. So maybe it was a miscue, maybe they just figured might as well, we're already in the lead, but I think right there, if they did intend on capping, it would have been in Mr. Hat's best interest to try to get that tag pro kiss.
I do want to thank them for getting a nice romantic play here, though. It is Valentine's Day. Thank you for taking time out of your schedules to join us as we have the final 15 seconds in the game here. RB Bear going to get returned, and both flags are in base. One final chance for a cap for either team. Not going to quite happen, and now there's no longer enough time to get across the map, and that's going to be our final score here with Merballs taking the lead.
And Legman killing it. 21 returns this half. And if you ask me, he's been my MVP throughout this whole match, not just on Smirk, but on Transilio as well. Showing up really well on defense as well as on offense when called upon. The guy has been playing a flawless game. And that's not to take anything away from the other players on Merballs, but he's been my standout player so far. How about you, Ron, on tiers? Anyone that you'd like to single out for praise?
Let's see. On tiers, I'm going to probably have to pick Dude Magai or Fatal. One of the two. I think have been playing very well tonight. They're showing some nice heads-up plays. It obviously wasn't translating to the team cohesion and momentum that we needed to see in order for them to come with the win. But I definitely think that both of those players deserve a little bit of mention.
And I mean, credit to K-Pow. We didn't mention Kenny Powers too much tonight. He's kind of the silent leader on the Merballs team, but he's the one who makes the clock tick. He was a crucial part of their Super Bowl win last season, playing alongside Dino, and clearly that partnership works. They've built one hell of a team, and I think it could be nice to go and try to get an interview with him.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. We're going to switch over to Mumble. Hang with us, guys, so while we coordinate our interview with the winning captain here.
So it looks like we might be getting Dino to come interview with us. The guy who's been killing it on the Merballs. We'll have to ask him how many caps he got exactly, but it's definitely more than the 2 that he got last week. And Ron, do you know if we're able to get Dino yet? Looks like we're still waiting on him. Hey Dino, how's it going?
Hello.
How are you feeling about tonight's game after this crazy sweep?
Pretty good. They were pretty fun games to play.
I have to ask you though, do you guys practice? How often do you guys practice to be this well oiled? If you know what I mean.
I want to say, you mean like all together?
I mean, do you guys? I mean, you guys remind me of the 30 Seconds to Mars ball from season 6, in that you're all on the same page, you're all on the same wavelength, and I mean, that team was renowned to be practicing every day or every other day. So you gotta think that you guys either have a seriously crazy work ethic or just insane skills.
This was a 2-week break, and I don't think we played a single 4v4 game together.
Wow. Well, maybe you guys should keep doing that then, because tonight's performance was incredible.
Hat got on 10 minutes before this game. We played some 2v2s in base against each other. We've been doing that every week. That's like probably the best practice we get, is playing against each other in base.
We saw a little bit of a pattern. The first halves of the games, you guys were coming ahead with a really big margin in your lead, and then the second half, it was more a lower scoring half and ended up evening out. Were you guys playing any differently each halves?
I mean, the caps weren't as urgent in the second halves. So I feel like when the first half started, we're like, all right, we got it. It's tied right now. We got to get some caps. And then when it got to the second half, we just kind of took the foot off the gas pedal a bit and just played to make sure we didn't lose.
Yeah, right.
Well, not exactly, but we didn't force things as much.
Less mistakes. No sense taking risks when you don't need to.
Yeah.
I had a question for you. In the first half on Smirk, we saw Mr. Hat delay a cap. Now, we're wondering if it was strategic or not, because you did have a player playing anti-regrab against you, and he did have a guy in base trying to tag him. So what was the deal there?
Oh yeah, I was yelling, no, they got anti, don't cap. And then that's like, all right, this is gonna look bad. Don't make me showboat. And I was like, no, it's strategic.
It was hilarious because you had, I think it was Dude McGuy, I can't remember exactly who, but one Tears player inches away from tagging Hat, and Hat just had RB Bear blocking him for his life. And we were like, why is he not capping? Is he lagging? What's the deal? But we figured it out anyway.
No,
I figured
we've
maybe it
been
was to rile
practicing
up Pro Ball, you never know.
Yeah, he didn't. I told him to type lol in all caps in team chat at least.
Boy.
But he didn't do it.
Yeah, that would have riled up more than a few players in this league. But regardless, Mr. Hat had one hell of an outstanding performance. I heard you guys discovered him pretty on the down low. You guys swindled the league with him.
Yeah. No, we didn't swindle the league with him. He swindled us into taking him.
Well, he's been doing quite well. Have any closing words for this game? Like thoughts on Tears or their performance?
I don't know. I feel like they definitely didn't play to the level that they know they can. And the fun thing about the schedule is we play them again, so we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, week 10 no less, so that'll be one hell of a matchup.
Oh yeah, especially if there's playoff implications. Although I think we'll both be in the playoffs by then.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Dino.
Alright. Am I talking because I was the player of the game? I just want that on record.
Well, you're talking because we couldn't find Kenny Powers. So you're the vice captain in our eyes.
Damn.
You can be the like Dino selects player of the game, like if you want to be that. But.
Alright. I'll shout out Nicopa.
Alright.
Well, yeah, thank you for joining us, Dino. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. I do want to make one quick announcement before we head out, guys. If you guys remember, I wanted to add that we're going to be having the first stream of Minor LTP Live tomorrow. It'll be at twitch.tv/Minor LTP Live. Do you guys have a time on that?
I believe it's at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but all the details will be posted on our /TagPro tomorrow evening, so don't worry. All you need to check is there. The first inaugural stream will be tomorrow night, and I believe there's something special about it too, Ron.
Yeah, if you guys were watching tonight and you weren't able to get into the Jump Up Halftime Challenge, we're going to be doing the exact same thing during the Minor LTP Live stream tomorrow. So